Hello, my name is Glenn Dyer, and you are watching a Dyer-Situation. Today I'm seeing The Letters. Most people haven't heard of it. It's apparently some sort of movie about Mother Teresa. Possibly a religious exploitation film. I honestly don't know. If I'm being totally honest here, the only reason I'm seeing it is because I have to meet my quota of at least 2 movies a week, and this week at my local they're only showing Krampus, so I have to add a second one, and this happens to be it. So, yeah, there's been a lot of religious exploitation films this year for some reason, like War Room and others that I can't quite remember off the top of my head, but if this does happen to be one of them, then this will be the first one I've seen all year. Just out of coincidence. I guess people in my neighborhood aren't too interested in them. So, yeah. I'll tell you what it's like. Wow. Okay, so it wasn't like what I thought it would be. For one thing, I wouldn't classify it as religious exploitation so much as just, you know, a Mother Teresa movie. It's about as religious as you would expect a Mother Teresa movie to be, but not like overtly that way. And for the most part, it was interesting and at times heartwarming. So it has that for it. If I have any kind of problem, it's that the movie feels simultaneously like it didn't include enough stuff and that it was very repetitive, which isn't a good sign. Like, for instance, it goes telling your story at a certain pace, and then it just seems to end arbitrarily, and kind of confusingly. Like, like, there's a bunch of angry people outside her door, and they're calling for her to come out, and basically just some dude comes up and he says, "Hey, what are you doing here? Go home." And they do. Like I said, it was just kind of confusing, because it didn't make much sense to me that they actually just kind of listened and actually left. And also, yeah, as for the repetitiveness, very repetitive at times. Like, the message of the movie they keep on restating over and over and over. It's like one scene will say, "Well, yes, she was on a quest from God, and she didn't want recognition." I was like, okay. Next scene, "Well, she was on a quest from God, and she didn't want recognition." Okay, I kind of get it. "Well, she was on a quest from God and didn't want recognition." Yeah, I got that the first 2 times. "Well, she was on a mission from God and didn't want yeah. That was the whole movie. Just over and over. And it started to wear on me after a while. But overall, it's not that bad. But could have been a lot better. It's an hour and 50 minutes and just... yeah, it dragged because of the repetitive stuff, but it also felt like it could have included a lot more. So, yeah, odd leeway. Usually it's either one or the other, but yeah. So, that's about all I have to say about it. So until next time, I'm Glenn Dyer, and you have been watching a Dyer-Situation.